Howdy folks, I'm Grotto Goblin of the Goblin's Grotto, and welcome to another Bones VI Tales from the Green Griffin Kickstarter video. Now that the Kickstarter is going into the pre-production and production phases, things are going to be slowing down as far as news goes, but with a pledge manager soon approaching, and a few interesting reveals, we still have a lot to talk about. On the topic of the pledge manager, it could be available within the week or next week. We just don't know yet. It's kind of in the hands of PayPal and the other funding handlers at this point, since Reaper still needs all of that data from the Kickstarter to properly populate their proprietary pledge manager. While we wait patiently, we can get a look at a few things that we missed out on during the Kickstarter's run and might be able to add into our carts once that pledge manager is live. Although, of course, there is no promise that these will make it in. It's just a possibility. Still, it's worth looking at the monsters we missed because, hey, they will probably show up in some way, shape, or form, whether that's now or years from now. So anyway, let's get a look, shall we? Our first glimpse comes in the form of these 4 character designs drawn up by Izzy Collier. These 4 are members of the Barrowgate City Watch. As you can see, there's no sculpts. These were still in the early stages. Ron did mention hoping to get these out by the next ReaperCon, which probably implies some kind of regular retail release, but they may still make their way into the pledge manager. If I had to guess, these were probably meant to be in the core set, though they could have always been in a Tales add-on. Perhaps as a Tales add-on, we would have been helping the City Watch solve the mysteries of a series of gruesome murders. These were hinted at back in the Town's Guard unlock with the Rotterdam Wraith. A named NPC like that, I should hope we might get to see them someday too. But since we didn't unlock these, I'm not going to hold my breath. I might have to, though, for these. The next minis we missed were those from the Lost Tomb of the Deep Ones. This would have been a legendary Tales encounter that would have included that Deep One sitting on the throne we saw a while back, along with a few other Deep One grunts. Of what we've been shown, there would have been 3 Deep Ones, 2 spearmen with tridents, one in a guarded position, the other preparing to throw, and one carrying what can only be described as a big old fish hook. As pretty fishy guys, I suppose that makes some sense. That wasn't all that was sculpted, though. There are 2 Deep Gnome scouts with mushroom cap shields, and it looks like mining equipment as their weapons. They'd fit right into any kind of Underdark or Mushroom Forest location, perhaps along with those fungal monarchs from the Briarwood Vale expansion. Yeah, so there's considerably more of this Tales that we didn't unlock done than anything else we've seen so far, and so it makes sense that if anything was going to be added to the pledge manager, this would be it. But again, there's no promises. That said, I expect this stuff to show up at some point. Hopefully now, and not in Bones 7, because that's going to be a while. Moving on, our next missed mini is the Giant Snapping Turtle. This apparently would have been an encounter creature in the DDRPG sessions that Reaper was running. Real heartbreaker missing out on this one for me, as I like turtles. Who knows where this would have slotted in, but it would have been on a 2-inch base, and I really hope it does make it into the pledge manager, either thrown into something or as a singular add-on. Another DDRPG-inspired mini we got a look at was Stredden Kardag, an NPC character from one of their sessions. He's an interesting sort of NPC. He was apparently robbed and lost part of his hand, which explains the bandage and the slashed coin purse. I know not everyone has appeal for these townsfolk type minis, but I think this one tells a nice story, and yeah, of course, will fit in any diorama, but will also be of use in combat encounters as a person to protect, or perhaps as a hireling or coerced individual to guide your players through a dangerous area, maybe to retrieve the goods that were stolen from them for this individual or just for the party themselves. Now, the last and biggest thing we missed out on isn't another NPC character like this. No, it was a dragon. Specifically, this piece called The Apprentice by Christine Van Patten. That title could be referring either to the dragon or the wizard accompanying it. Either way, I don't know necessarily that this mini would function best as a combat piece, given the large stone base you'd have to hop around, and the wizard, whether or not that is a detachable piece or not. Still, this would make a lovely addition to anyone's miniature shelf or as part of any diorama. Given the digital painting scheme here, it's implied this is supposed to be a chromatic dragon, but there's no rules. One interesting thing about this mini, though, is it's a bit of an Easter egg. Apparently, this is the grown-up version of the kid hero wizard and her dragon companion from the Bones V Kickstarter. Wow, that's so cute. Well, if you have both of these and you haven't painted them yet, you could always match the color schemes and preserve this fun little Easter egg. That is, if this dragon does make it into the Pledge Manager, which I hope it does. It seems like it would be a fitting addition, maybe a little on the pricier side, but it would be a money pusher, that's for sure. Well, with this, we've really wrapped up everything that they've shown that we missed. Well, you know, except for that promo Goblin, where's my boy? Okay, aside from him and a few others, that's it so far that we know we missed and might get again in the PM when that opens soon. In the meantime, that's it for me today. I've been Grotto Goblin of the Goblin's Grotto, and you've been you. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to support the channel, liking and subscribing goes a long way. Of course, you can also follow or support me through the links on the screen and in the description as well. Alrighty, have a good one, take care, stay safe, and if you got 'em, let's go paint some minis.